Okay, so this is my formal, welcome back to my channel video. So if you see me looking down, I have my laptop on my lap because I didn't write any notes, but when I forget stuff, I gotta Google it. I'm a Virgo, if that matters. But today we're gonna be talking about confidence, and we're gonna be talking about shadow work because I realized that I gained a lot of confidence from playing in my shadows and getting to the root of why I do certain things or why I behave a certain way and so on and so forth. So to start this video off, I just want to say everybody has a shadow side. Everyone is capable of working on their shadow side, and everybody's personality is rooted in your shadow side or your inner child, or all of that is where your personality comes from. So our shadow side is like our negative human emotions. So it's like greed or envy or anger or sadness, depression, da 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 da. That's where that's where shadow work comes into play, essentially. So basically, whatever you don't like about yourself, whatever is holding you back, whatever triggers you, that's all part of your shadow side. So your shadow side is basically the part of your personality that you just disregard. You put it in a box, you leave the box in the dark, shadowy closet, you leave it in the dark, and you try to repress it. When in all reality, I just made that word out, reality. In all of that, you should be using your shadow side as a tool, essentially. So you gotta realize in the beginning that you cannot get rid of your shadow. Your shadow side is always gonna be there. You just gotta work on it and consistently work on it and consistently edit it, because you are a human being and there's no such thing as being fully healed as a human being. Let's just put that out there. Healing is a lifelong thing until you reach nirvana, and that is when you enlightenment, and that is when you literally, that's when you KO. Wait, not knockout, but girl, you know what I mean. Dead. So one big sign that I see when someone has they haven't worked on their shadow side is when they project. So projecting is basically when you don't like something about yourself and you see somebody else doing it, and you're like spewing hate towards them because they're doing something that you would like to do, you would like to have the amount of confidence to pull off, but since you don't, you're just like, you shouldn't be doing that. Get some help, please. And in all reality, it's not well, it is their fault, but like not really. Like at some point in your adult life, you have to get to the root of why you do that, because it's not healthy. But also, it's like, I can see that you have a really like dark shadow. Like your shadow is like dark, and you probably would benefit from some shadow work. Go, if you can't talk to a therapist, Google it, work on yourself, write some journal prompts. That's the best way to do it. Sit in the mirror and talk to yourself. That is an amazing way to do it. Look at yourself right in the face and being like, truth is I'm tired. So one of the benefits from working on your shadow self is that you have better relationships, because you know how to set boundaries, and you know how to communicate your feelings, and you know how to say when you like something. Because I know a lot of people, especially me, I'm somebody who does not show when I like something. Like, I'm not that good at it. I'm still working at it. But a funny way of showing that, I am weird when it comes to like getting gifts. Like when I get a gift, I'm just like, okay, thanks, yay. But like, I will wear that gift out. Like, Bree got me this ring, Bree got me both my Crocs, Bree got me them heart-shaped sunglasses, and I will wear them to death because I love them. But it's very hard for me to show when I love something, especially something material, because I'm someone who did not come from like a materialistic or even well off enough to have material family. So it's like that's something that I'm still currently working on, and I can admit that. Also, when you work on your shadow self, your levels of maturity like skyrockets low key, because it's like at some point you're just like you realize parts of your shadow self is rooted in your inner child and how your childhood self was treated, and that the reactions that you give out after something has triggered you is literally as if you were a child. So like when you are able to compose yourself and sit there and talk like a mature adult, that's you working on your shadow side. That's you and your shadow side coming together. Your shadow side is telling you, hey, I've been triggered. What are you ready to do about it? And instead of you wilding out because you haven't worked on yourself, you actually sit there and you're like, maybe we should talk about this, because I can wild out, but I'm not trying to get to that, because I've worked on myself. I know what happened, so we're gonna talk like an adult. And also when it comes to shadow work, your level of compassion for yourself and your level of confidence and self-love really goes up, because it's like you realize that a lot of what is put in your shadows, a lot of what happened to you and you internalize came from other people. So when you do something wrong or you mess up, you're just like, wow, I messed up. But you know what? I'm a human, and humans mess up. And as long as I realize that I did something wrong and I can apologize for it, it's okay. You know, like the world isn't ending. I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. I did it. I'm gonna own up to it. I'm gonna apologize for it, and we're gonna move on from it. Also, with the confidence is like, especially as a black woman, and for other black women, you realize like our appearance is ripped apart consistently. People call us ugly. People say we're not, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, we're not desirable. We're not whatever. There's of course things that I can change about myself, like the fact that I got gapped up teeth. You see that? Yeah. But or the fact that my body isn't what I want it to be. Those are things I can change. But like the skin tone, the one that I used to hate the skin tone. Look at me, yo. It's like, why would I want to change that? Like the level of confidence and the level of self-love that comes with shadow work, I can't really explain it, but when you do it and you see it and you feel it, you won't understand me. Honestly, I just wanted to come back and do like a sit down video with like a full face on, because in the last 2 videos, girl, I was looking rough. It's okay. But I ain't eat today yet. It's about 12 o'clock and I just wanted to come back and say something. So do some shadow work. Go on Pinterest, go on Google, look up some shadow work prompts and get started. It's not that hard. You might cry, but that's a good thing. Okay? All right. Bye.